Hey guys, it's Mark from Everyday Thrills, and today I will be telling you guys the top 5 parks that I've been to. So here they are. Coming in at number 5 is my home park, California's Great America. Now, this is not a bad park in any way, it's just I have been to better parks, is all. Now, Great America has an average lineup. They have an amazing GCI Woody, they have an Aero Looper, they have a floorless coaster coming actually in 1 week, Patriot. They have an amazing B&M invert, and then they have a couple average coasters like a Grizzly, which is a wooden coaster, and then Psycho Mouse, which is just a regular wild mouse, and then some kiddie coasters. So it's not a bad lineup. It's just I've just been to better parks, is all. Something I really like about this park is the charm of the park. Now, there's always music playing, like they have a carousel song that they have playing always. There's themed areas of the park, themed to areas of America, like Orleans Place, All American Corners, and then you got that gigantic carousel in the main plaza, which is just really photogenic carousel. So I really do like the charm of this park. It's not that expensive to get food there. It's a good park overall. Now we're going to go on to number 4. The fourth best park that I have been to is Universal Studios Orlando. Now, this is not Islands of Adventure that I'm including in this, just Universal Orlando Park itself. Now, I do really love this park. I went in June of 2016, and they have a few good roller coasters, they have awesome rides, and just the feel of the park is great. So, we'll talk about the roller coasters first. One roller coaster they have is kind of like a roller coaster dark ride, I guess. It's Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. Now, when people first see this, they don't really think it's a roller coaster, but it definitely is a roller coaster. There is a drop in there somewhere. So yeah, the theming on that one was great. It came along with the Diagon Alley part of the park that opened in 2014. So yeah, that was a pretty fun ride. We rode that first at the park, so that was our first impression, if you call it. Another coaster they have there is Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, which is a Maurer X coaster or whatever they call it. This coaster was It was a little bit rough, I'd say, unfortunately. It was fun. Um, but they have too many mid-course brake runs. The music thing's kind of a gimmick. But I mean, it was an okay coaster overall. And then you got Revenge of the Mummy, which is an amazing indoor Premier Rides launch coaster. The theming's great, the coaster's great, the speed is awesome. Just really enjoyed this coaster overall. I rode it, I think, 3 times, so yeah, highly recommend this. Now we'll talk about the dark rides of this park. So I rode, I think, every dark ride they have here. Yeah, so they have Transformers. They have, I'd say, Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts is technically a roller coaster, but like 95% is a dark ride. You got Men in Black Alien Attack, and then also a few 4D theaters like Despicable Me and Shrek, and I'll talk about those a little later. But yeah, there's several dark rides here. I rode all of them. They're all pretty fun. I really enjoyed Transformers. I think we rode it twice. That's a really fun ride. So now I'll talk about Shrek. So I've ridden several 4D theaters in the past. I've ridden the Despicable Me ride at Universal Orlando and the Despicable Me ride at Universal Hollywood. I've ridden one of them at Disney World. I think it was a Monsters Inc. one. And then I've ridden Mass Effect at Great America, which is just amazing. So when I rode Mass Effect, I was underwhelmed to say the least. I think it's pretty old, but I'm not really sure. Most of the ride is just you bouncing up and down. It doesn't even go with the story really. It's just bounce up and down. The hydraulics underneath the seat that pushes the seats up are very loud, so you're just hearing the entire ride. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy this that much. I mean, it was, I'd say, just to get the experience of it was worth waiting in line in like 10 minutes for, but I wouldn't do it again. I did not ride it at Universal Orlando when I went this past December, because I'm guessing it's the exact same ride. But yeah, there's Shrek. There's my little short review of it. It's not that impressive, to be honest. Go ride Mass Effect if you want a really good 4D theater. So yeah, and that's all about Universal Orlando. They have a great lineup, some great dark rides, and the charm of the park is just awesome. The theming is amazing. So yeah, there you go. Now on to number 3, which is Six Flags Magic Mountain. Now, I know a lot of you people probably expected Magic Mountain to be a little higher on the list, but I'll explain why it's not. So, first of all, I just want to say that the lineup of coasters at this park is unbelievable. There's so many great roller coasters. I rode a majority of them. I think like 15 or 16 out of the 19 they have there. Um, the lineup's amazing. And honestly, that's about it. I mean, there's virtually no theming. I mean, they got the DC comics or whatever, and then they have the steampunk district, but really that's it. And even those are kind of loosely themed. Um, and then also, it's just my main problem that I have with this park is that it's not a family park whatsoever. Like, I went with my family, right? And the only people in my family who really like roller coasters is my sister and I, and we're the ones who got the platinum flash passes, so we had a pretty good time there because we got to ride coasters all day, right? But my mom and dad went also, and they were just bored the entire day. There was nothing they could do. I mean, it's not that lines were long on family rides, it's just that there weren't any family rides to ride. I mean, almost all the roller coasters there are thrill rides. I mean, you got like a hyper coaster, like a launch coaster. You know, no way they're gonna ride X2. You got just Scream, which is not a family ride. Riddler's Revenge. You know, I'm not gonna list them all, but they only have thrill rides and kiddie rides. So there's no really in between. Like my mom likes gentle rides, but she doesn't want to ride like Roadrunner Express. You know what I mean? So that's the main problem I have with this park. There's not really anything that you could do if you're like with a family, unless you have little kids. Just my parents were bored the entire time because my sister and I just kept going from ride to ride, riding roller coasters. And what are my parents going to do in that time? Now, I just want to say, this is in no means a bad park. I love this park. I had a really amazing time here because of all the coasters. The lineup, like I said, is incredible. Twisted Colossus is my number 1. X2 is my number 2. Riddlers is my number 3. Tassie is my number 4. You know, it holds like my number 4, and like it's all up in my top 10 roller coasters. But just know that this is not a family park in any way. So you're a thrill seeker, go to this park. It's an amazing park. Highly recommend it. But if you're a family with people who don't like roller coasters, you are not gonna enjoy this park as much as someone who really likes coasters. So out of that, and I'm just going to talk about the coasters a bit. Like I said before, the lineup's amazing. Green Lantern was closed. Superman was closed. Lex Luthor was closed. I didn't get on Magic Flyer, which I'm not really bummed about. It's a little kiddie coaster. And then I also didn't get on Viper because I didn't have enough time. But overall, the lineup's awesome. Has some of the best coasters in the world, I'd say. So yeah, like I said before, if you're a thrill seeker, I highly recommend this park. And now on to my number 2, which is Knott's Berry Farm. Now, yes, I know I'm rating this above Magic Mountain, but this is my opinion, and I just want to say, this is an amazing park. I had such a good time at this park, and the best thing about this park is that it's a family park, but it's not only a family park, it's also a thrill ride park. Now, my family had a good time here. There were family rides, there were shows, there was thrill rides, there was everything that you could do here. And like also the lineup is just awesome. Silver Bullet's a pretty good invert. Accelerator's absolutely insane. Then you got Montezuma's Revenge, which I know some people say is a family ride, but I had a pretty good time on that. You got Sierra Sidewinder, which was my first spinning coaster. You got Pony Express, which is a little launch coaster. Then there are some others, but the lineup's awesome. Shows, I think we saw 2 or 3 shows, all pretty good. Mystery Lodge was a pretty cool special effects show, and then we saw the Snoopy Ice show, which pretty talented actors there. Um, They also have Voyage to the Iron Reef, which is a mediocre Triotech dark ride. Mass Effect is still better, by the way. Um, and yeah, that's what I like about this park. It's a family park. It's kind of if you go to LA, it's kind of a mixture between Disneyland, which is a solely family park, and Magic Mountain, which, like I said before, is just a sole thrill park. Knott's is in between. They have great coasters, great shows. I didn't ride any flat rides there, but they have good flat rides. I did. I rode Supreme Scream, which is an SNS turbo drop. Um, so yeah, they have stuff for everyone. I got a fast lane there too, which was worth it because the lines were very long that day. So I got to ride every roller coaster except for Timberline Twister, but that's fine with me. And I forgot to talk about Ghost Rider before. Ghost Rider is a really awesome wooden coaster. They recently got retracked, so very smooth, very fast, very fun. Another thing about this park is that it's the only theme park in the Cedar Fair chain. So they have Ghost Town, which is kind of looks like a themed area to the Wild West, and the theming is just great. It's almost to Universal standards or Disney standards, not quite, but just like come on, a theme park in a Cedar Fair chain. That's something new. Something else I really like about this park is the feeling. Now, it's just a really nice place to be. I mean, they have a boardwalk area, they have, like I said before, the themed area, they have like a kiddie area. It's just a very fun place to be, like compared to something like Magic Mountain, where it's just roller coasters all around you. They have water, they have like thrill rides, they have pretty much everything that you could possibly want. It's a really great park. And so that's that. And now on to my number one park, which is Universal's Islands of Adventure. Now, this park is unbelievable. A lot of people I have talked to kind of say, oh, why is this your favorite park? I don't get it. Why isn't Magic Mountain your favorite park? And I will tell you guys why this is my favorite park. That is because the theming. The theming is some of the best theming that I've ever seen. But it's not only that, it's that there are several areas in the park, the islands, that are all themed to a different thing. So it's not like at Knott's where there's only theming to Ghost Town in one area of the park. At this park, you got theming to Jurassic Park. You got theming to Harry Potter. You got theming to like the Lost Continent, which is like the gods. You got theming to Dr. Seuss. You got theming to Marvel superheroes, and it's all in one park. And it's just every island is a different atmosphere, and it's all very enjoyable. And also, there's roller coasters there. You got the Incredible Hulk, which unfortunately it was closed when I went to Islands of Adventure. But Dragon Challenge, favorite invert, is Chinese Fireball, and I have ridden every invert in California. So Chinese Fireball is still my favorite invert. And you also have thrill rides here. So you got those two SNS launch towers, Doctor Doom's Fearfall. That was my first launch tower, or actually my first SNS tower in general. Super fun ride. Then you have dark rides. So you got Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, which was unbelievable. Really, such a good ride. You have the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, which is just like obviously it goes without being said, it's a Spider-Man themed dark ride, but it was on par with Transformers over at Universal Orlando. And then just basically, the theming in this park is amazing. The coasters are amazing. The rides are amazing. Just everything about this park is amazing. Like, the park is not that big, but I wouldn't say that's a bad thing because they fit so much stuff in it. And, like, they just added a King Kong ride in the park. Like, I know they used to have King Kong over at Universal Orlando, the other park, and they're bringing it back to life here at Islands of Adventure. Now, those are basically why this is my favorite theme park. Just it's basically just the theming is so good. I'd say it's at Disney standards. It might be even better than Disney because I've been to Disney World also, and I actually did like this better. And also, you got City Walk right outside, so when you're done, you can get something to eat. but there are things to eat inside the park too, like Jurassic Park themed pizza or something like that. You know, just theming's awesome. You got Jurassic Park River Adventure too, which is an awesome themed shoot the chutes ride. Yeah, so basically, I really enjoyed this park. It's my favorite park that I've been to so far. I don't think it's going to change in a while. So, that's my favorite theme park. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.